So I did Ralph Ellison's Invisible Man, which is not it's a take on being invisible, but not to have superpowers or be a ghost or be the victim of toxic waste, but invisible nonetheless. It's the story of a man who is invisible simply because people don't want to see him. While reading Invisible Man, without going over the plot or the ending, the most important part of the book are the characters. So I'm going to go over some of the characters with you. The first character you'll meet is True Blood, which is um, an archetype of a man who will do anything to get ahead. True Blood in the book has committed some terrible crimes, some of which I won't go over for graphic detail, but True Blood is a carnal character. The next character you'll meet is Bledsoe, who is the principal of the school, and is also a person who will do anything to get further, but will do it much cleaner, and is a person who is someone else when other people are around, but is a completely different other person. He practices something that's come to be known as masking, which is also an important part of the book. Another character is Roz the Exhorter. Roz is a person who is most true to himself in the book. Roz fights for the opposite of the Invisible Man's group of friends known as the Brotherhood, which I'll cover in a second. Roz fights for the black people in Harlem, and Roz is the only person who's true to himself in the book. Next, we're going to cover Clifton. Clifton is a foil, which means he's the same as the Invisible Man, but acts differently. So Clifton will make a decision which would pan out exactly the way Invisible Man would make it. He's the same person, but as a different character. And the final set of characters you'll need to know is the Brotherhood, which is a group of men who fight for the lower class man, but are simply taking advantage of an Invisible Man. Important things to remember about this book is the time period. It's written in the 40s, and the language is as such, which is why it's banned. And everything in the book means something. So even though it's small, like the scene I'm about to read to you, it has a much bigger meaning in the book. So my prop is a yam, which seems funny because it has nothing to do with the plot of the book, but I'm going to read from page 63 in chapter 13, which is after his first meeting with the Brotherhood. Yes, and we loved them candy yams, or baked in cobbler, deep-fried fat in a pocket of dough, or roasted with pork, and glazed with well-browned fat, had chewed them raw yams, and years ago, more yams than years ago, though the time seemed endlessly expanded, stretched thin as the spiraling smoke, beyond all recall. I moved again. Get yo hot-baked Carolina yams, he called at the corner of the old man wrapped in army over his coat. His feet covered with gunny sacks, his head with knitted cap, was putting a stack of paper bags. I saw a crude sign on the side of a wagon proclaiming yams as I walked flushed into the warm broth by the coals that glowed in the garth underneath. How much are your yams? I asked, setting hungrily. So in this scene, the merchant is described in character, and you'll see the merchant is a grungy sort of side of the yard vendor, and that plays a bigger part in the book, even though it seems like it's just nothing. So that's my book talk about Invisible Man. It's a great book. I recommend it.